What's going on? I'm making a video today to show how to take the body off the floor pan or the frame. A lot of videos show how to do it by yourself, but none of them really show pictures or video of where the actual bolts are located. Looked on forums, looked on YouTube, looked online, couldn't find anything. Found something on a forum listing the different bolts and kind of the area where they're at. So here's for a visual, kind of help out the next guy who's trying to figure it out. So this is a 66, in case you're wondering. It was built in 65. I think it has a 65 frame from what I'm told. Kind of new at all the bug stuff. But let's go ahead and start showing you everything. So as you can see, pulled the tank out already. The first thing on that forum I read was there was two under the gas tank. So pull that off. Obviously try to make sure your tank's drained or something. I thought mine was real empty, but apparently it wasn't. Spilt probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 cups of fuel on the floor. So there's your line, and you can take it off. Well, you should be able to take it off. Mine was pretty stuck on there and ripped the line and started spewing all over. But take your tank out. You got the two right here, just right up front. 1 and 2. It wasn't too bad to get out, really. So that's the first thing I would say to do. The next, you got 2 in the rear behind the fenders. So I tore my fenders off already. And then right where this bracket here is, there's 1 on each side, on the rear again. And that's pretty self-explanatory. Next step, get inside here, pull your seats. And I pulled the seats and all the junk that was already there, but you got the 4 spots right next to your heater channel, so here's where your feet would go. Yeah, notice my rust. Got the new floor pan. But that's where your feet would go, so it's like right in the crack of where the seat meets the top part of the seat. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then according to that forum, it said you might have 2 also to do, depending on what year. So there's 1, there's 2. I'm not really sure if I had to take those out or not, but did anyways. So pulled those out. All the ones. Alright, next step. Now this was the toughest part of it. Took the longest. So there's a front, there's a back for reference, there's your jack spot. Right under here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that or not. Right there. See my screw snapped off. There it is. Right there, I have that problem a lot on both sides, but it runs all the way along here. It's really easy to see. I know it's hard to see in the video, but right on the inside of this rail right here, right on this side, they all run down all the way to the front. And if I counted right, there's 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. So 10 on each side. I recommend taking a loosen up until you see a thread or two, then spraying a lot of WD-40, go to the next side and do the same thing, and hopefully when you get back around it's a little easier to do. And yeah, a lot of mine snapped off, so it kind of sucks. Then right here, these big guys, you got 2 on each side in the front, and these are also really easy to find. Right in the front, kind of right where the front of the floor pan would go, right here. 1, 2, and then 1, 2 on the other side as well. In the description on the forum I read, it said it was in front of the firewall, so I was back here all day looking for it, couldn't find it, and my buddy pointed that out, so good to know. So after you get those 4, got the shifter and the shifter plate. Just pull that shifter right out. You got the 2 bolts, really easy to do. It has a spring in there, don't lose that. I recommend putting that plate back just so you don't lose it with the normal hardware. And you're pretty much done after that, but last thing you got to do, disconnect the steering arm. Again, 2 bolts. Bam, bam. Really easy. Nothing tricky about it or anything. Definitely a DIY thing, I say. Had the body off earlier today. Had one of these plastic sawhorses, and it actually held up pretty good. But took it off so I could build one tomorrow, a little more sturdier. So the whole body did come off, and that was all the bolts that you need. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. They say it's easier if you take the engine out first. I didn't, and I didn't have any problems. So I think that pretty much covers it. But good luck.